Hello, welcome to Fast and Dirty, presented by Hara's Automotive Center in Vero Beach, Florida. Today we're going to be working on this 1965 Mustang right here. We're going to be showing you how to do a trunk interior and keep it kind of cheap, budget friendly. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I was looking at interior stuff for the Mustang here, there is great seat options and things like that for really a performance style seat. And we wanted something that was going to be comfortable long term, to ride in, good bolsters, things like that. These older Mustang seats, they look great and stuff like that, especially the pony interior, which we're actually going with. A company called TMI, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about them. They are actually making us some seats, again, non-sponsored, but if they want to get involved, we have other projects. We're putting some TMI seats in it. We are actually going to recover our original frames, use some foams that TMI also offers, and recover them with the pony interior that they have. But when we were looking at that, it was roughly about $1,000 for the seat covers and almost $1,000 for the trunk interior. So thinking about it, I was like, I wonder if I can build a trunk enclosure. So I kind of looked at some materials that I had laying around my shop at home and here at the Auto Center, and I was like, yes, we could do this, right? So what we did is we went out and we bought some 1/4-inch dense board from Home Depot. I'm sure Lowe's sells it as well. And then we recovered these, right? So what we did is we just went and built trunk panels and kind of just measured them out, and we're going to show you how we did that and kind of go through the steps of what we did and then how we did it. A couple things I'm going to show you just in case we lose track is some of the materials that we did use. Keeping the price down, we actually went and this was my beautiful wife's idea. I love you. Because you got to kiss butt. Happy wife, happy life. We actually went and we redid the floors in our garage. We turned our garage into a living room, and this is some leftover flooring that we had. So we used this for our floor, and we used the fiberboard or speaker backing or whatever you want to call it. And we recovered them, and this is the finished product right here. So we recovered them, and this is what we ended up getting. I had some leftover interior panel hardware or backing, not backing. We had some leftover interior upholstery. That's it, upholstery. So we had some leftover interior upholstery, and we just literally made templates of what we needed out of cardboard, and then we covered them, and that was it. Altogether, I think this costed us, considering a lot of the materials were left over, it was about $20 for the board, $30 for the upholstery, and the scraps of wood. But I mean, you can buy flooring at a bargain outlet store or something like that on the cheap usually, and you need a few pieces of it, right? I think 4 pieces did the whole thing, 4 planks, and we actually cut them down and did all sorts of weird stuff with them and stuff like that. But I mean, so you can get a lot out of a little. But we're gonna put it together real quick, show you what it looks like, and we'll do it before and after, so that way you can see it. All right. So this is our trunk, right? It's pretty basic layout, and what we did is we actually put a piece of cardboard right here, reach behind it, and then just trace the line because you're trying to match this curve right here. And then these are actually different heights, right? And then we just double checked everything with a good old-fashioned tape measure. There's a piece of wood in there because that's part of our ballast, and we'll show you that in a second. And yep, so this is the before on this, right? Very, very simple. and now we'll put it together so you can see the after. And if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to reach out, so that way we can help explain this to you as far as what to do. Okay, so this is our trunk floor laid down. You can see we have a backing board, right? And nice and sturdy. I'm pushing on it, right? And this is just kind of the basic layout. We went and cut around the gas filler, right? Again, very, very simple. All done with basic hand tools, nothing special. All right, so we time elapsed the video a little bit, so that way you guys didn't have to see the boring part of just throwing this together. But as you can see, we'll pop this off from here. As you can see, this is actually what the trunk looks like. Let me turn this around a little bit. So that's what it looks like, right? And again, nice and firm, and all the sides are done and stuff like that. So, but this is what it looks like. We added a little bit of decorative molding and stuff like that just to make it look good. This is just, again, stuff we had laying around the shop. This is some of the flooring. This is the leather and stuff like that. We did little aluminum caps and stuff like that just to kind of give it some accent and stuff like that. And we have molding that actually goes around the perimeter of the trunk. We actually have molding that we built that just isn't put in right now. That's it in a nutshell. It's a good way to get that custom interior look for your trunk. You can also do that same thing up here on the top. It's probably something we're going to end up looking into. Maybe do it in a black suede or something like that, or maybe carry the same theme through with the wood and with the striped leather. One more thing we're going to show you is we put a factory or a brake booster in with a Z-bar clutch assembly. I know a lot of you Ford guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually a bar that actually goes around the frame. Hitch or header, they're kind of difficult to deal with. They do have a little bit of adjustment in which makes them nice. But to run a booster with those is almost impossible. It's a real pain in the butt. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll get a booster and then they'll run a single pot master cylinder. We didn't want to do that, so we're going to cut away for a second, and when you see us, we'll be at the front of the car. So we're back, and this is the right here we have our brake booster. This is a dual pot master cylinder and a 7-inch brake booster. How we made this all work is we cried and we cussed at it, and it just fell right into place. Now, what we did is we took a 7-inch single diaphragm booster and a dual pot master cylinder, and we kind of got the hot rod sort of setup where you get the single diaphragm booster, and we got a decent looking master cylinder that would work for our application. It did come with a proportioning valve that was GM style. We opted not to go with that. We went with a wheelwood style adjustable portioning valve. Just for our application with wheelwood brakes, we just figured it kind of fit better. How we made this work though, we went and we pulled it in and out a few times, just kind of adjusting slowly to get it to work. And essentially what we had to do is we had to clearance the firewall, the hole up about an inch. And I know a lot of you guys are probably going, you had to clearance an inch. But I think about the benefit. We were able to close off the bottom part of the gap and things like that, so that way it was still a good snug fit, and the back of the cover was able to close off the hole, so nothing got in into the car. We went and built some 1-inch brackets. We ended up taking a bracket and bending it in a C, 1 inches, and we just went and bolted it in, and kind of we kept playing with everything, but essentially everything got raised up 1 inch, and it's 1 inch out. And we actually have really, really good clearance here. I'll show you our clearance. So this is actually our clearance here, right? And I know, big stupid hands in the way. And we have about a finger's worth of clearance between the cross tube and the master cylinder, and we have good clearance behind here, right, and stuff like that. We were actually able to bolt it in, which is good, and we actually have clearance down here around our clutch and our clutch cylinder, which again, super important. Our clutch actually works and things like that. Also, we were actually worried about, but everything works and works correctly. This car actually does have a T5 transmission, and we opted not to go with a hydraulic clutch or a clutch cable. I actually kind of like the manual clutch, that big, clutch rod feel. If you're going to drive a muscle car, drive a muscle car. I know a lot of people are like, well, it has power steering and power brakes. Well, I mean, it makes it enjoyable. Now it also has a 5-speed. So that was our video on our trunk and on our power brake booster. To kind of, I think, obviously power brake booster is a safety item, especially switching from dual pot to from single pot to dual pot, and upgrading the power brakes is always nice. Even on a late car like this, still having the braking performance is an important thing. And the insurance that almost anybody can drive it and feel good about it and feel confident behind the wheel. And the trunk is always a nice thing to go to a car show, be able to pop a trunk and feel good about how the trunk looks. You do sacrifice trunk space. I'm not gonna fib that at all. We actually made ours so our backing can be pulled out nice and easy, and it's the last piece to go in. So it's the first piece you pull out. So we have that so ours can go in and out, so we can still utilize some of our trunk space, or more of our trunk space, almost all of it. We only lose about 10% of our trunk space after we pull our back piece out. And I suggest you guys do the same, But that's it in a nutshell. I hope everyone had something to take away from this, and that there was a lot of information shared. If anyone has any comments or has any questions, please feel free to reach out in the comment section. We read our comments and things like that, and we do reply. So yeah, any questions, please feel free to reach out. We'll help any way we can. Again, the video is sponsored by Haro's Automotive Center and Haro's Fleet Services in Vero Beach, Florida. And as always, make it fast, get it dirty, but have fun, be safe. Very, very important. Definitely get it dirty though, and make it fast, because fast is fun, and belt dirty is just the best way to go, right? So thank you all. Bye. Oh, my wife told me to tell everybody to, actually my daughters and my wife, to like, share, and subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff they tell you to do at the end of videos that I really don't care about. I just want to show and share about cars. So again, keep it fast, make it fast, keep it dirty, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.